welcome to China Girl. I'm Sapphire. Today we are going to help you understand what Chinese working culture are like here. As a Chinese girl, I will share my personal experience and observation about Chinese working culture. To take a formal job, like a full-time job, committed myself into 996 clock time when I was 20-ish, like 20s. Now, I was born in 1995. You can do the math. Hello world, if you find my videos interesting, please don't forget to subscribe. Truly appreciate it. The first one, the battle over the air conditioner. One of the most memorable experience at work during the summer, so many Chinese offices set the air conditioner to 26 degrees. But we need to understand that the temperature summertime here is not just hot, it contains with humidity. So what it says in the weather broadcast, the weather is like it's not even close to reality. It's even more hotter than we experience. So there's a body temperature differences. If we sit down or we go out, literally, you feel like the air is unbreathable. Also, you will feel like the body is like millions of ants are biting, eating my skin. For me, I couldn't handle the heat, but for some of the people, maybe you do enjoy the heat more than I do. And some company will call it they need to set the air conditioner to 26 degrees, which is like warm wind. It's pretty warm. It's making the room not cooling down the air, and it feels the air is stuffy. Some company will probably set up the BS slogan saying that we need to save the energy, or it would be considered like energy efficient and healthier. Personally, I found it very hot. The air is stuffy and I cannot breathe, and it's summertime. I cannot take off more clothes than I should. The reality is the temperature in the southern part of China is humid, muggy, and hot. You do not want to come to China in July, August, or maybe September. Those are hardest months ever. So normally the summertime when it gets really hot, it might be it feels like 44 degrees. It's unbearable. I mean, for the people who feels cold, you can always put on a jacket. For me, I'm already wearing the less amount I can wear. What else can I do? That's what I do. I would lower the temperature whenever I could. However, I had a colleague who was extremely afraid of cold. She would wait, and then maybe when I left the room, especially my colleague, there's a shared room that doesn't even consider an office because it's a training center. You might just see a simple desk, like a table, and then you have a laptop. Then you are just working in a line that you have an office there. So maybe 7 or 8 teachers share one tiny room. So she would secretly turn it up. So when I returned, the office would be hot again. It's even more than hot, it's muggy. It's like the air is not fresh, it's very stuffy. This guy is giving compliments to random strangers. Compliments can be tricky. Here's another interesting shift that I have been noticed. Giving compliments in the workplace has become increasingly sensitive. For example, saying that you look nice today, you look very pretty, it's a compliment for the girl. And sometimes you can make their days, but right now it's different. So it can make someone feel uncomfortable. They might consider sexual harassment, because if you are a boy, you are giving any compliments to your colleagues, and they might start to think that you are flirting. Then activity likely influenced by global movement like Me Too or feminists has made people more cautious about what they say. But at the same time, maybe some of the small area you won't notice that much. But if you work in education or a big city, do be careful to compliment the people that who's around you, that you might see them what kind of personality they have. silence in the face of conflict. You might find it very strange and unprofessional here, but one thing you will notice in Chinese workplace is how people handle disagreements or conflicts. For instance, like I once emailed a colleague about an issue or maybe just a concern, but instead of replying, they completely ignored the message, and the silence wasn't personal, but it's a common way to avoid confrontation. People often hope the issue will resolve itself without a direct discussion. Often, if you do address an issue, but the other person won't back off, and the best way for us is to silence it out. So because anything will be recorded on screenshot here, we don't want to be have some information that can be screenshot if anything we didn't think it thoroughly, because anything you said on WeChat can be used as an evidence in court. Strict working hours and clocking in. Working hours are typically 9 to 6 or sometimes maybe 10 to 7. But there's a cultural expectation to stay later even if you have finished your work, and this is often seen as a sign of dedication. I remember one time I left the office at 6 p.m. and I could feel the judgmental eyes of my colleagues who were still working. It made me wonder if they were generally busy or just staying, to show how hard they are working. But often that, if the boss saw that people are punctual getting off their work, those people might be calling the next day in the boss office. Then the boss will require them to work late. Boss is always right. Meetings in Chinese workplace are often very structured, with the boss doing most of the talk. I've been in meetings where it was clearly people were bored or disengaged, but no one would be there to say anything. So once I suggested that shouldn't be our teacher's responsibility to control the quality of the outcome of the homework, whether the students will finish their homework or not, because it's related to their students' performance, whether they will sign up the program more in this training center. But instead, whoever is managing there put the responsibility on us, saying that we didn't teach them well in the class. We should really push more like a video outcomes to reach through the good videos so that the parents know that we did our part of jobs. I can feel the tension in the room, but at the same time, a lot of colleagues will agree with me privately, but nobody will actually stand up for me. Personal conversations about marriage and life. Here, you might see that Chinese people don't talk about their marriage life here often with Chinese people, except if they are really close. But if you are foreigners, they might just catch the chance that they see you guys as more open-minded and will be less judgy. Remember that Chinese culture is coming from that they should always keep the bad news inside the family, not outside, because there's a saying that outside people will judge them and will look down upon them. So you might find that some of the co-workers are very open to share their marriage and their sex life. Lunch break and napping culture. Chinese offices have a unique tradition during lunch breaks. Napping. After eating, many colleagues will lower their chairs and take out small pillows and even lay down on foldable bags and rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. Socializing after work. Here, people love to do karaoke. If they have like a teamwork, team builder, the first place they might choose up is to do the karaoke. So if you enjoy the karaoke, there may be one of the things you can do it with them. Okay, WeChat is the go-to communication tool in Chinese workplace. It's convenient, but it also means that you might get work messages at late night, and that's not your working hours. So nobody will consider that is your rest time or whatsoever. If they have a thought and they want to text you, they will just text you immediately regarding the work situation. So you might receive some work messages around 11 or 11:30 p.m. and sometimes they require you to respond to them immediately. Situation, you can just play it down and say, oh, I wasn't on the phone, I don't know. And you can point it out, I wasn't on the phone and it's late at night, it's my resting time. You can send this message in the morning. Long hours without overtime pay. In many industries, staying late is the norm, but overtime pay isn't always offered. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one.